What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It's time for La Liga Week 24 predictions. Be sure to drop a like, leave your predictions down in the comments below, and let's get straight in to the games. Been another great night over on Patreon with multiple winning ACCAs. If you want to check out that and everything else, all the perks associated with it, then click the Patreon link in the description. But I'll talk more about that later. Let's get straight in to the Friday night game between Elche and Osasuna. Now, on paper, you think this looks quite straightforward. Elche 1 point in their last 4, Osasuna 10 points in their last 4. Osasuna up into 9th, Elche in 15th. But I actually fancy Elche as a bit of a home team. They had a really great start to the season. They've dropped off massively, 2 points in their last 6. Osasuna got a win against Celta Vigo. Elche lost to Real Sociedad. But honestly, I expected Elche to lose to Sociedad. I think this might be a chance for Elche to bounce back and just stop the rot, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. The tip is my joint highest of the video. It's both teams to score and under 3.5 goals at odds of 3. After this, we move to Espanyol and Celta Vigo, and much like Elche, Espanyol are really struggling right now. They're currently 6th in La Liga, despite getting 1 point from their last 6 games. Let's just say they went on a mad run and won all of those games. You'd give them an extra 17 more points. They'd be on 51 comfortably in 3rd place. But because of their great start to the season, they still remain in 6th despite their awful run of form. They lost to Villarreal 4-1. We did predict Villarreal. In fact, Villarreal and both teams to score at odds of 3.25 was a part of our winning result, and both teams to score treble over on the Patreon on Monday. So a brilliant result, and luckily for us, Espanyol got that goal to get the result on both teams to score. Celta Vigo losing to Osasuna, as we mentioned. That was a bit of a shock, but we did tip both teams to score in under 3.5 goals in that game, so that was a win. But I think Espanyol, much like Elche, need to stop the rot and are finally going to. They're slight favourites at home here, which I don't know if I'd go that far, but I am going to go for a 1-1 draw. And again, just like the last tip, I'm going to go for both teams to score and under 3.5 goals. The odds are 3. After this, it says here, Rayo Vallecano up against Atletico Madrid. Superbrew has swapped the 3:15 fixtures, so this one actually happens on Sunday, and then the Saturday one is Getafe Villarreal, but we'll get to that at the end because the rest of it's all in order, so I'm not going to go scrolling. So this is happening on the Sunday. Rayo Vallecano up against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid are currently in 3rd, but Villarreal with their game in hand that they're playing this week. Atletico Madrid lost to Real Betis 1-0, which is a little bit strange. They went and beat Real Betis 5-0 away from home in the Cup, and then they lose 1-0 at home. That is a very odd result. Vallecano, 3 losses in a row. Celta Vigo, Osasuna, Real Madrid. I think Atletico Madrid make it 2-1 win. They make it 4 losses in a row for Rayo Vallecano. And I am going to tip Atletico Madrid to win. The odds I have here are 1.9, so quite a bit higher than they're saying here. But I do think Atletico Madrid can get the win. After this, it is Sevilla up against Alaves. Both teams, identical records this season in terms of wins, losses and draws on 25 points. But Sevilla they are better than Alaves. Generally speaking, Sevilla are a better team than Alaves. They're a bigger club than Alaves, and I just think they're going to be able to get a low-scoring win. I'm going to go for a 1-0. I've gone super conservative for this one. Another parlay piece, if you will. The tip is Sevilla double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.53. That keeps a 1-1 and a 0-0 on side, but ultimately says Sevilla should win, but I think it'll be low-scoring, as games often are when Alaves are involved. After this, it's a real battle here. Real Madrid up against Real Sociedad. Lots of green on the screen. Real Madrid non-stop wins, beating Villarreal 2-0. Great result. 2-1 Rayo Vallecano late winner, and they beat Valencia 2-0. Another second half push. Real Madrid seem to be taking it pretty easy in the first half and then getting the job done in the second half. I think they beat Real Sociedad here, a team that's having a great run of form right now. I'm going to go for that to end here. Real Madrid to win 3-1. And I quite like Real Madrid to win and both teams to score at odds of 2.5, just because Sociedad, they are in good form. I can back them to score a goal. And Real Madrid, when they do concede, they still tend to win anyway. So I'm going for Real Madrid and both teams to score. After this, it's Real Oviedo up against Athletic Club. Real Oviedo, bottom of La Liga, despite a great win against Girona. I'm going to go for Athletic Club to win this one 1-0. And just like the Sevilla one, where I think they should win, I think the odds for them to win put me off a little bit in the sense they're awfully high, and I could see why. So the tip is going to be Athletic Club double chance and under 1.5 goals, under 3.5 goals, sorry, at 1.61. So You could always do Sevilla and Athletic Club both not to lose with under 3.5 goals, and that gets you odds of above double your money. That's not a bad double for a very conservative pick. Two favourites against two teams that, in my opinion, just aren't at the level of their opponents. After this, it is Getafe up against Villarreal. This is the swapped game. This is playing on Saturday at 3:15. Getafe, Villarreal. I think Villarreal win this one quite comfortably. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Villarreal. Getafe got a great win against Alaves, 2-0. Quite high scoring by their standards. Villarreal smashed Espanyol 4-1. They went 4-0 up. Villarreal are much better. These odds are outrageous. The tip is Villarreal to win. I've currently got odds of 2.3. I think that's a great pick. Villarreal with their game in hand, looking to try and get that third spot in La Liga, and I think they're good for it against the Getafe side who currently hover around mid-table. After this, it's Levante up against Valencia. You've got to call this a 6-pointer. Valencia, great run of form to get them out of the relegation zone, and since losing 2 games, but they did lose to Real Madrid and they lost to Real Betis, which are not easy fixtures. Levante lost out to Athletic Club 4-2. I'm going to go for a Valencia win 2-1. But the tip is actually going to be Valencia double chance and both teams to score. The odds are 2.3. I think that's pretty good. And I could see Valencia with a bit of nerves maybe, and maybe Levante thinking they could get something from this game. So I'm going for goals at both ends, but ultimately Valencia to take the win. After this, we travel to Palma for Mallorca up against Real Betis. Betis with a great win over Atletico Madrid. Mallorca losing to Barcelona 3-0. I mean, it is what it is. Take what you want from that. Mallorca, they're in a bit of trouble. I will say that. They are at risk of getting relegated. Real Betis, they're pushing for as high up the league as they can go. Hopefully Champions League, but at least some kind of European spot. I think they carry that on with another win here, 2-1. And because the odds for Real Betis to win are so high, I've actually gone for Real Betis draw no bet at odds of 1.72. After this, it is Girona up against Barcelona. Girona with the draw against Sevilla 1-1. That was part of a both teams to score 5-fold, which was great. That came in on Patreon 15-1. That was the final game that was played. Barcelona smashed Mallorca 3-0. I'm going to go for a similar sort of result here. 3-1 to Barcelona, just to keep Real Madrid that 1 point behind them. The tip is going to be Barcelona to win and both teams to score at 2.3. And we move down to a rescheduled game all the way back from match week 16 at the start of December. I originally had 3-0 Villarreal. I'm going to change it, not by much, but I'm going to change it down to 2-0. And back then I tipped Villarreal to win. The odds at the time were 1.66. I like the same tip. The odds have increased now. Villarreal to win at odds of 1.8. So there is a summary of my picks. I do think Real Madrid and Barcelona will both get the win. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in that game, hence the result on both teams to score tip. But be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. There's a lot of high odds in this video. Odds of 3 for the first 2 games, BTTS, and under 3.5. I think there's a lot of value there, especially if you're brave enough to back the likes of Sevilla and Athletic Club to win outright, even Valencia, even Betis. If you're brave this week in La Liga, there is a lot of value to be had. But yes, that is going to do it for La Liga predictions. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to everyone flashing up on the screen. There's been so much support over on the Patreon lately. The group chat is absolutely buzzing. Not only you guys messaging and talking to me, but you guys messaging and talking to each other, which is so cool. We're building a great community over there on the Patreon. So if you want a shout out in every single video, access to the exclusive members tips and accumulators where we're getting loads of winners recently, you get direct messaging access to me, you can message others in the community, you get entrance to giveaways, and of course entrance to all I said the giveaways, and of course the Liga and predictions as well. There's so many perks on the Patreon, sometimes I can't even list them all without messing up. But yeah, if you do want to support that channel, that little bit more, then click the Patreon link in the description. But that is going to do it from me, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. It should be noted as well, there's not an extra Premier League video this week because we had midweek fixtures and there's FA Cup this weekend. And last time on Patreon, we smashed the FA Cup, and obviously I don't do FA Cup predictions anywhere else. So if you want access to that too, head over to the Patreon.